This is Stack That Gold from New York City. How is everyone doing tonight? Yes, that is right. I am live. I am back in action, guys. Just waiting for some people to come into the room. We are chilling on a Thursday night. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Hey, what's going on, Joe? Good to see you again. Decided to go live. OC kind of talked me into it. I hope he's going to join us tonight. I have a feeling he will. Howdy, y'all, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas. Good to see you guys. Welcome, welcome. Just thought I'd chill tonight. I've been, yeah, you smurfed me by making me that moderator, Joe. You don't post any content, Joe. You didn't smurf me. You don't post any. You don't do any live streams. So how could I be a moderator, Joe? who who smurfed who, Joe? Who smurfed who? Hey, what's going on, Jeff? Good to see you. Good to see you. Sorry, I haven't been watching your channel, Jeff. I've been sick the past a little over 2 weeks. I got COVID and just starting to feel a little bit better now. So it's probably my third or fourth time having COVID. So it's taking its toll on me. I think I have that. I think I got that long COVID that takes a while to go away. I'm always feeling really tired lately, and I've been taking naps like every day for the past like almost 3 weeks. So yeah, yeah. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. West Texas. Yeah, I'll catch up. I'm gonna tell you what I've been up to lately, aside from being in bed for 2 weeks. Love the 50 pesos. Oh my god. It's been a couple weeks since I saw this thing. Look at that. Ooh, that's sexy. Ooh, that's sexy. Look at that. That is beautiful. How could you not like that design? That is amazing. I want to get another one. Bullion Exchanges had a graded 1943 in They had three of them. They had one in 63, 64, and 65. They only had the 64 left when I saw it, and that thing just sold as well. So I didn't have the money to buy it, unfortunately, but I would love to get the 1943 because it's the lowest mintage year. And yeah, it'd be awesome to get one. I keep missing out on them, unfortunately. Whenever I see them, I don't have the money for them. So yeah, I put this up. The Urban Stackers Den actually gave me this, and unfortunately, he has terminal cancer. So I just thought I'd put this up tonight in tribute to him. And I've been praying. I've been praying for him. So whatever God's plan is for him, that's set in stone. So whatever will be will be. Yeah, I I dealt with that with my father. My father had cancer, and from the time he was diagnosed till he passed, it was very quick. Anyways, enough about the sickness. Hey, what's going on, Transient? Good to see you. Yeah, so I started my new job actually on Monday, And initially, they had wanted me to go to training in Virginia for a couple days. And I'm like, I don't want to go. So luckily, I was able to do it remotely. And I'm not looking forward to doing any traveling for this job. There might be, unfortunately, there might be some travel involved. And I really don't want to do it right now. So I could have earned a lot more money if I chose to do traveling for the job, but I chose not to. So just just got my Oban single malt Scotch, Scottish Highlands single malt Scotch whiskey, as people like to call it here in the U.S. I call it Scotch, but yeah. So I did the training. It was pretty cool. This job is amazing. The benefits, the people. I really love this company. So I'm really excited. I know I don't sound it because I'm tired and I'm sick, but yeah, I really am happy that I started a position with this company I'm with now. You can always promote your videos on the community tab for YouTube, so I decided to take advantage of the new feature by sharing it. Okay, good to know, Joe. Good to know. Thank you. Wow, we got 24 people up in here. Yeah. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, yeah. No. I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys are not seeing that. Good. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. Um, it's kind of strange. Yeah, I know we have freedom of speech in this country, um, but as the owner and moderator of this channel, goodbye. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, I'm basically, they assigned me some online training to do, and I basically have two laptops for this job. One is for my company that I work for, and one is for the client I'm going to be working for. Unfortunately, they don't usually, when I work on a project, it's in a virtual environment. So I usually only have one computer, um, or I work directly for the client. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to be using two computers at the same time, which kind of sucks. So I got training for my company I work for, and then next week I'm going to have access to training for the client. So I'm going to be busy the next couple of weeks with training. It's not any fixed schedule. I could basically work as much or as little as I want as long as I get the work done. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And I'm not going to actually officially start the work itself until October. So I'm kind of, I don't know. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have a lot of downtime in the meantime. So I might start to join a gym a little bit. Hey, what's going on, Muscle Shell? Good to see you. So yeah, we'll see what happens with my new job. I'm looking forward to it. So what's everyone been up to lately? Has anyone been buying anything? Let me take a little sip of this. I haven't really. I drank once since I've been sick, so my tolerance is kind of low. I don't want to drink too much. So, cheers. I'm gonna have a little bit. Mm. Oh yeah, I love that single malt Scotch. The best. So, what's everyone been up to? Anyone been buying any PMs lately? Anyone selling PMs? Anyone see anything interesting? I have been buying some stuff. I haven't really been buying too much. I did buy one graded pre-33 gold coin I have yet to show. I also have some vintage silver. I also have some packages from community members. One of them I've had about 2 months now, and I haven't opened it. I feel really bad. It's something that I purchased on Whatnot from Average Joe. I purchased a few things from him. So I got that, and I got a winning on Silver and Gold Stack Attack Wager and My Silver Journey. They had a giveaway for their 1 year anniversary of their show. So I won something on that. I'm gonna probably do a video hopefully in the next week. Um, as I mentioned, I was sick. I'm sorry for my low energy. I see people are leaving. This is kind of why I didn't want to do a show tonight, but OC kind of convinced me into doing it. So here I am, not 100% right now. But hey, c'est la vie. Hmm. So what's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone doing? Anyone been buying anything recently? Anything interesting? Silver, gold, mail call videos are my favorite. Videos are my favorite. Yeah, I like doing mail calls, Jeff. I really like to shout out channels and people in the community, even if they don't have a channel. But unfortunately, a lot of those videos tend not to get a lot of views on my channel, at least. So I don't really care. I'm not doing this to try to get monetized. I don't care. People do all sorts of things on here to try to get monetized, and that's cool. If you're monetized, you're making money. There's nothing wrong with that. I have, you know, nothing against that. But I know there's a lot of people on here who create YouTube channels just to get monetized, and it's like, I don't know. So I'm not. I don't. My channel is. I don't get that many views. I don't get that many view hours. I came within about 100 hours of getting monetized, and I was like, I don't care. I don't care. I could probably just do a few live streams and get monetized. Hey, what's going on, JK? Yeah, I'm waiting for OC. I told him I was gonna go live tonight in Mr. and Mrs. West Texas's live stream. I said I was gonna go live, so he'll probably pop in. Hey, Seven, good to see you. What's going on? How's the uh, how's the poker chip stack going? How many do you have so far? Like 160, something like that. I don't know if you came out with a video yet. I think you said you're gonna come. Oh no, you said in September you're gonna come out with a video, right, to show all the poker chips. So I'm waiting to see that video. Yeah, I'm just chilling, recovering from COVID. So if I have low energy tonight, you guys know why. I'm not 100% yet. I'm getting there. Wow, that's a lot. 150 and growing. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't even know there was 150 people in this community with poker chips. That's crazy. And I think Scully was the one who started it all. I hope he's doing okay. He posts videos from time to time of stuff that he's doing. So he's a cool dude. I loved. He's the reason why I started my channel. Actually, in case you guys don't know who Skull Stacks is, he had an amazing stack of vintage silver. His diversity of silver bars, guys, of rare silver bars. Okay, he didn't just have silver bars, he would have the rarest of the rare silver bars. He'd have like 100 vintage, some type of bar, JM bar or something like that, that you would never have seen unless you saw it on his channel. I don't know where he got a lot of his stuff from, but he really had some rare stuff. And then he basically just sold it all, converted it to gold, and he's passing it down to his daughter. So I'm really happy for him. He's enjoying his retirement, so good for him. Mm. Yeah, Scully, I think he posted a video maybe like 6 months ago or something, or maybe I don't know. He posts a video every now and then, I think, just so people know that he's still alive. So yeah, he doesn't post too often. He'll post a couple videos a year, I think now. But yeah, he's the one I think who started the poker chips. I'm pretty sure it was him. I don't know of anyone else before him, so yeah, a lot of people come and go in this community. There's so many new people that I have subscribed to, and I haven't yet to watch one of their videos. It is so difficult to keep track of everybody. I must admit there's people who I regularly watch, and I'm last few weeks I've been sick, so I haven't really been watching too much. But when new community members come into the community, I try to I personally like to binge watch their videos. I just like to watch all of them at the same time. So that's usually what I do when I watch someone like for the first time. But there's just so many new people. It's just I'm subscribed to probably over 160 people, and a lot of them don't make content anymore. Probably half the people don't make content anymore. But those that do, I'm gonna really try to make an effort to start to watch them more. Um, because I feel bad when I subscribe. I don't really watch the videos. I just don't have the time. I credit him as the first that I came across, anyways. Yeah, exactly. You found a 46 silver quarter at Coinstar. That's awesome, Joe. I haven't found anything silver since I was a kid. I found a 1964 silver coin quarter, and I gave that away to the Crazy Aztec. And I think I found two Mercury dimes before. I think I still have them somewhere. I found, well, one of them I know I have. I don't know about the other, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere. So I think I found three silver coins in my entire life. But when I've done coin roll hunting, I found about 20, I think 27 or 28 half dollars. So that was pretty cool. And I found some Ike Bowers too at the bank. Yeah, it's fun. I almost did a little coin roll hunting today, but I mean, I was just gonna ask if they had any halves, but they usually don't have any halves in that bank that I went to today, so I didn't even bother. Mm. Yeah. So what have you guys been up to? Anyone buy anything interesting lately? Kind of want to show you guys some stuff that I picked up, but I mean, I don't know. I might just do videos on it instead. Why this keeps getting out of focus tonight, man? I don't know what's going on with this. Yeah, I had to go into the city today. I had to pick up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Almost fell. I had to pick up. Hey, what's going on, Joey Brown? Good to see you. Good to see you. I had to pick up my new ID card for my new job. I'm probably never even gonna go into the office, but man, there's a slight possibility I might have to go out of state for work for my job, and they have offices all over the world. So yeah, I might need my ID card in that scenario. So I picked it up today. Took a little bit of a stroll around one of the floors where mainly consultants work. So yeah, there was some notepads and pens and stuff. I didn't take any of that stuff. I just had a cup of tea. Then I left. Hey, what's going on, Long Live Coins? Good to see you. Welcome to my hive. It's not the beehive. It's the gold hive here. We got this beautiful. Get that 100 Corona from Hungary. This is a restrike. It says 1908, but it was actually this restrike was struck in 1974. That beautiful. Condition's really nice too. I think it just has some maybe fingerprints on it, or maybe that's part of the die. I don't really know, but it's really nice condition. Really nice. So I really like this design. Good kind of hive to have. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so got that about a month ago or so. So yeah, I got this pre-33 gold coin, guys. You are not gonna believe it. It's pretty rare in it of itself, but the condition that it's in, oh my god, is just unbelievable. That coin in that condition, you normally don't find them. They tend to go for crazy money, but for some reason this year is more common, and it's significantly less money. And I got it from bullion exchanges, and honestly, guys, I think some of their numismatic items, when you think bullion exchanges, you mostly think like bullion coins like this, or silver, gold, platinum, what have you. You don't normally think of them having numismatics, but if you actually check out some of their numismatic coins on bullion exchanges, I shouldn't be telling you this, guys, but I'm gonna let you in on a secret. They actually have some really good prices on some numismatic items, because a lot of times, like, I don't know what price guide they use, but I think a lot of their stuff, their numismatic stuff, is like the less common numismatic, not like ASCs or stuff like that, but you know, like more numismatic, pre-33 gold, or some like silver commemorative or something like that. That, you know, I think a lot of that stuff is undervalued on their site. You guys might want to check it out. It's just a little tip. But yeah, I got this gold coin, man. Oh, I shouldn't have said it, but yeah, I did say pre-33 already, so I'm gonna do a video probably in the next week or two. So yeah. I actually did some. I did a trade with a community member for some vintage silver. So I kind of want to show you what it is, but I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna wait. And I do have some packages. I'm gonna do some mail calls. I bought stuff from Average Joe about 2 months ago. Bought from SBS. I'm having issues with him shipping stuff to me. I got this really weird message on the tracking. It said it was like stopped for inspection or something, which is kind of weird. Never saw that message before. So I'm wondering what that's about. But yeah, aside from that, yeah, I don't. It said like stopped for inspection or something, postal inspection. I was like, what the hell is that? Um, I think I have, when I used to sell some watches and pocket watches, some of them actually had like a radium dial. So radium is, you know, radioactive. So sometimes they would actually send it back if they had, I guess they have like a Geiger tester or something to see, you know, radiation. I guess they don't want people sending dirty bombs or something. So I'm pretty sure they check for radiation when you send stuff in the mail. And I actually got it said a note. It said something about it being like radioactive, and they couldn't ship it in the mail. So I was like, wow. And this was just on a watch, you know. This is like, you know, they didn't, unfortunately, they didn't know much about radium back in the 20s and 30s. um, they used it on, you know, instead of, they use like a it's like it's an artificial chemical. It's not, the newer ones are really not that it's not toxic at all. The stuff like from the early to mid 90s, it's a little questionable. It's a little, it doesn't last. The new stuff that they use, it usually lasts a long time. But the stuff back in the day in the 20s and 30s they used in early wrist and some pocket watches, yeah, that stuff was dangerous. There's actually a story about it's called the Radium Girls, who used to, I think they worked at the Ingersoll watch factory, and they would use paint brushes to paint on the dials. They would use radium, and a lot of times they would lick the brushes, you know, to get them wet a little. And unfortunately, a lot of them developed mouth cancer. You know, their whole, you know, it's just terrible. I don't even want to go into it. It's really very sad. But they all pretty much died within a few years. So yeah, it's very very sad what happened to those girls, unfortunately. Exact. Oh, okay. Lick the tip. Okay, I didn't. I forgot that, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess that made sense. You know, to try to, you know, paint the dial better. Yeah. So it kind of reminds me of the BR and McKay bars. You know, the silver bars that were made in, I believe, in the 70s, where they used to use like old dental film, like from I think that's where they would get the silver from, and they worked in very very toxic environment there, and a lot of those employees unfortunately died. So when that happened, they put the blood drops on the silver bars. If you see a BR McKay and Son silver bar, you'll see it has little drops. So some people say they're teardrops, some people say they're blood drops, and oftentimes it'll be referred to as the blood drop bar. So that's one silver bar that I will never buy. I thought about buying it. Yeah, X-rays. Yeah, yeah, definitely. That was really popular in the 70s, I think. They, I guess they weren't as, I guess they kind of knew to some extent, but they just didn't give a damn about the employees, to be, I think. And that guy who owned the company, I think he did go to jail. Actually, they sentenced him to a relatively long sentence, but I think he only served like a couple years in jail, or maybe like a year and a half. He got out. So yeah, it's very very sad. But I'm sure these things happen every day in some of these third world countries. These conditions, people are forced into slave labor, doing stuff like this. I saw I saw shows on TV about people who go to, you know, they're very poor in some third world countries, and they go to garbage, you know, where they dump the garbage, landfills, and you know they just search through the landfills just to get some like scrap metals or plastics, you know, just to recycle and get some money, you know, just to survive. And they're exposed to all sorts of like toxins and chemicals, and yeah, it still exists to this day, unfortunately. It's kind of sad people have to live like that, but that's how people live, unfortunately. It's very sad. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just a little sick, guys. I'm recovering from COVID, so my energy might be a little lower than normal, so I apologize in advance. Um, I'm just like very, very lethargic, so sorry about that. Yeah, I'm waiting for OC. I don't know where OC is. He kind of coaxed me into doing a live tonight, but I don't see him here, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna stay more than an hour. Maybe if OC doesn't come on, I might stay on another half hour or so. So what's going on with everybody? Anybody been picking up any PMs lately? Is OC Stacker taggable? I don't think you can do that in live streams on YouTube. I know you can do it on Whatnot, but I don't think you could do that on YouTube, unfortunately. It would be nice to have that function, but um, unless someone's getting like an alert on their phone, I don't think they really know if you're doing a live or posted a new video or anything. So I don't think they have that functionality, Joe, unfortunately. They should have it though. That would be cool if they had that. Yeah, I I had to run around today like a headless chicken. I had a meeting today and only to find out, which I already kind of knew that I wasn't going to start work till October officially. So, oh, that's cool, Jeff. Yeah, Long Live Coins actually does auctions. I think he does them Saturday nights. And you can check it out. He has what he calls Spin and Bin. He's actually a DJ, so he plays some really nice house music, trance music, and very chill, laid back, and he often sells a lot of cool items on there, so you can check that out too. Mm, yeah, you see small coins there, so I wanted to check them out. Okay, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I got a couple. So I guess I'll show you guys. I actually got a couple of these Rolos from Silver Bar Stacker, Golden West Teton, Swiss of America Rolos. These are pretty cool. I really like these. Really nice. Really cool. I got a few of these actually. So, oh, old coins. Yeah, you want an old coin, Jeff? Here. Can you see that? Oh, it's so blurry. I don't know what's going on with my. Here, you see that year? 1826. Almost 200 years old. King George the Fourth. Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? Can't focus it. You can barely see it. Oh, I don't know. My damn lighting is bad. When I go on camera for work, it's also really bad. I gotta get better lighting in my room. I gotta fix that situation. Yeah, get that. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, I saw this at my watch guy who sells coins as well. I think I paid like $7 or $8 for this thing. Yeah, exactly. This is from the UK, so just imagine. It's pretty cool. It's like 1826. Wow. This thing must have been circulating for a long time. Was it? It doesn't look. I mean, it could have sat in someone's drawer for like 100 years, but I don't know. I'll send you an RSVP for something fun this weekend and email tomorrow. All right, that's cool, Joe. I'm gonna be out tomorrow probably. I don't know. I feel like drinking tomorrow, so I'm gonna hang out with my friend. We're gonna go for some drinks and pizza. Hopefully, just chill a little bit. Maybe go to some maybe go to like a comedy show or something. Yeah, there's like a bar. They do you never know what it is. They either have live music or they have comedy or something like that. So I might check that out. Mm. 20 pounds of flour and coffee for that. You might have been able to. This is, I can't even read what the hell it is. If it's like a shilling or a crown, I think it's a crown, but I don't really know. I don't know British coins, especially British coins this old. I guess because it has a crown on it, maybe it's a crown. I don't know. So might be, might just be a crown. Who knows? So yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I saw your sticker, Jeff. If you want to do like a sticker exchange, someone reached out to me tonight. Let me know. I'm gonna check out your channel by this weekend for sure, and reach out to me, email me if you got any stickers. You want to do a sticker trade? Let me know. I'm more than happy to. Here's a 1943 steel penny. uh, I like numismatic stuff. It's just, I don't know. I had some Morgans and some Peace Towers, and I sold a lot of them. Man, why won't this thing focus, man? It's like, I don't know. Crap. There we go. I don't know. It's hard to see it. I guess because it's kind of light. It's kind of focusing on the dark instead of the light. So, not a good coin to show. But yeah, um, I'm just, I don't know. I like numismatics. It's just not something I want to focus on this year right now. Oh wow, you're on your second poker. Oh, I don't know. You deleted that. Yeah, stickers and poker chips. I'll do a trade. Cool, cool. Yeah, I never got into poker chips. I decided not to do that, but um I do like the stickers. I have two stickers I made. So I'll definitely could send you out a swag pack. I like to send people out some stuff with my stickers. Cool, cool. That's awesome. Here, this is my copper Libertad. This is my poor man's Libertad. Avoir du poids. It's actually a French unit of measurement for copper. Look at that. That's pretty nice. I like that. Avoir du poids. I also got they made the triangle ones. I really like those too. Kind of almost looks like gold. Really nice. I got all sorts of crap on my desk here. You wouldn't believe what I got here. Oh, I got this. I don't think I showed this on my video yet. I got this from Spokane Silver Stacker. When I saw this, I had to have it because I used to walk over this bridge a lot when I was in college. For my first couple years, I went to school in Brooklyn, and I would walk over the Brooklyn Bridge. So brings back memories for me. So yeah, it's a cool vintage art bar. Yeah, I've been selling some art bars actually. I kind of trimmed my silver stack a lot this year. I easily sold over 300 ounces of silver this year, and that might be more than a lot of people stack. Have in their stack. I'm not trying to flex or anything, but it is what it is. I sold it and I traded it mostly for gold. So I'm very blessed and fortunate to be able to stack that much. Would I ever own a raccoon as a pet to protect my silver? I don't think so, Joe. I'd rather just have it in storage at a secure facility. I think I'll stick with that. You're just showing off at this point. Yeah, thanks, Ben Sherman. There used to be a place called, I think it was called Nat Sherman's. It was a cigar place, and old time cigar place, Nat Sherman cigars. Oh my God. That place was like a man cave. They basically just had cigars and cigarettes, cigarillos, like all over. Like it was a huge this huge wooden space with like chairs, and you could just sit down there. You didn't even have to buy anything. You could just like hang out there, and just like smoke a cigar or cigarette or whatever. It was a really nice place. It was like an old school place, and unfortunately they closed. I think either right before or during COVID. So yeah, Nat Sherman's. That was an awesome place. Hey, I mean, I can't help it, Ben. It is what it is. Look at the name of my channel. Stack that gold. Just trying to live up to my name. I can't I can't help it, man. It's who I am. You know. It's like a woman who's very curvy. They can't help it, man. That's who they are. they're just they're just born that way. Same thing with me. I can't help it. I'm just a gold stacker. That's just who I am. I love gold, and I'm very blessed to be able to afford it. Exactly, exactly. Well, I don't really like to show it off just for that, just for showing it off. People like to see gold, especially this coin. I'm really in love with this coin. People often like to see this gold coin, and I don't blame them. It's a beautiful coin. Yes, yes. Well, no, this is actually before the Libertads. So the Libertads, I think, started in 1982 or 83. But before that, they had the pesos. So the pesos actually started in 1921. The There were pesos before that. Okay, I'm not, but the series of 2, 2.5, 5, 10, 20, and 50 pesos. They started for the 100th anniversary of Mexican independence, which was 1921. So that's when this coin was first created with this design. So on the reverse of every peso that I just mentioned, the denominations, it'll have this design. But the obverse is different on each coin. My favorite design happens to be the 20 pesos with the Aztec calendar. I actually like it better more. I actually like it more than this design. This is a close second though for me. But yeah, the gold weight, it's approximately 1.2 troy ounces of gold. Yeah, it's a big boy, a big boy coin. Its diameter, I think it's 37 millimeters. I want to say um, or close to it, but it's a thick coin, and it actually has writing on the edge of it. Yeah, it is. It'll set you back over 4 grand. I'm sorry I didn't buy it when it was closer to when it was under 3 grand. I could have bought it. Yeah, recently I had two 100-ounce Scottsdale stackers, and I traded it in. I think I got over, I want to say I got over $7,000, and I basically made over a $4,000 profit, and I basically paid for this coin. So that's how I got this coin. I got two Scottsdale stackers at $16 an ounce, and I waited till it hit about 36, $37 an ounce, and I sold them recently. So yeah. What are your thoughts on the new Fantastic Four movie? I have no clue, Joseph. I have nothing. I don't know anything about that movie until you mentioned it like a month ago. So I don't really know about it. Hey, what's going on, Nico? Good to see you. Do you have any of the Aztec silvers? Yes, I do. Actually, I do. I don't know. Oh man, I actually have it on my desk here somewhere. If I can find it. Oh crap! You hear that? Something just dropped. Dropped it like it's hot. Dropped it like it's hot. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. I'm trying to find it. It's probably here, but is this it? Oh man, I have it. I have the 1948, I believe, Aztec. I think I got like two of them. Oh, is this it here? Here it is. I found it. I can't sell anything right now. Mine is for retirement. That's that's the same with me, Ben. It's just I prefer to have the gold rather than the silver. You talking about something like this? The Aztec on it? The 5 pesos? Yeah, I got this I got this a few months ago. I think I actually overpaid at the time, but these are pretty cool. I like these. I love Mexican coins in general. I wish I'd like to get more into them, but I try to excuse me. I try to just focus on the Libertads or the gold pesos mostly. That's kind of what I focus on because those are probably the most collectible. Yeah, they're pretty cool, right? And I like the Balenza also. I got one here. Here's 1 ounce, one troy ounce of pure silver. This is a pretty cool coin. I like this. House of Money, Mexico. Balenza, I think that's what they call this. This was like right before the Libertad. Well, they came out in, I forgot, I think in the 40s. They made one in the 40s, and then they made one in like 79, 80, 81 or something. I don't remember. Yeah, I mean, I agree, Nickel, but Mexican silver is also really beautiful. I really like Mexican silver as well. Hey, what's going on, Aka? Good day. Good to see you, mate. Pick up Monday, Sunday for USA. 1 kilogram tombstone and 10K tombstone. Missed out on the 5 ounce. Those are cool. Those are put out by the Scottsdale Mint, Aka. Those are really nice. I really like those bars. Man, you should be getting some gold, Aka. Don't get silver, get gold. No, I like those tombstone bars. They look really cool. Coins. What is that? They're gold coins. Yeah, I like all Mexican pretty much, except for the 10%. What's his name? Is it Hidalgo on it? I forgot who's on that 10% Mexican silver coin. I really don't care for those, but I actually have a few of those as well. 77 to 79 pesos with ex-president. Get gold, mate. Yeah, I mean he did get gold. If you look at his short, he got some gold when he was in Thailand. Some really cool gold too. Saudi bought a heap of silver and are listing it as tier one assets. Yeah, it's classified as a tier one asset now. Pretty soon they're gonna do that for. I think gold is already a tier one for. Oh God, gold is in the U.S. It's considered a strategic. I don't remember exactly what it is, but they basically consider it. Oh, that's for. Oh God, what's that? That. Oh God, what is it? Uh, I forgot what it is. I forgot it's in banking. Basically, I forgot what it is, man. QE, what is it? QE2, quantitative. I forgot, but it's something in banking now that gold is considered like a what do you call it? Asset. Oh man, I'm just so tired and out of it. I can't think right now. But yeah, a lot of these banks are starting to buy gold now. They act as if it's um, something of a relic that people used to collect, and they say not to buy it. Meanwhile, they're hoarding gold. Got a 1/10 proof year of the snake in a box gold coin. Second, yeah, you showed me that, Aka. That is really beautiful. I personally don't like the Lunar Series stuff, but like proof coins like that, they look really nice. It's really nice. Did you see this, Aka? Or did you go away? It's my last video from 2 weeks ago. I think I showed it to you anyway. Almost an ounce of from Hungary, a restrike. I like this design a lot with the angles. I think that's beautiful. Yeah, yeah. I know. In Australia, they have what do you guys call it? Not a VAT, not VAT. You call it something else, some type of tax, import tax. You got to pay if it's less than 3/9 fine gold. So hope you hope you were able to hide that little gold bar. GST, that's what it's called. GST. I know. I think in the UK they call it a VAT. Most countries call it, I think, a VAT. But yeah, GST. I know in Australia it's 3/9 fine. So I guess typically you guys don't see much. That's why I think in Australia and a lot of the bullion stores you typically don't see less than 3/9 fine for gold. For I'm not sure. I think it's about the same, or it could be slightly less. It could be like 0.95 or something like that for silver. I think it's slightly less, but it's pretty much the same standard. So I guess that's why you pretty much don't see like junk US silver. I'm not sure about, do they charge a GST on the 1966 50-cent piece because it's only 80% silver? I to know that they probably do. I would think they do charge some type of tax on that, but I don't know. Yeah, goods and services. Okay, okay. But Yeah, everything now is more expensive. I know in Australia they're not shipping stuff to the US anymore. um, Peter told me he has to ship something to me, and he said if you declare it under 100 hours, it's okay. There won't be any tax on it now. But I know that the import tariff duty here in the U.S. is 10% for Australian goods, which is not terrible. I think it might be more for aluminum and steel, but I think for all other goods, I think it's 10% from Australia, which is probably the lowest rate of any country, or of any possible country that could have an import tariff. I mean, that's basically the lowest rate. Yes, it gets a GST. Yeah, that's what I would think, because it's less than three nines, or less than three nines fine silver. So pretty much. So yeah, that's crazy. Where's what's his name? Ben Sherman? Is he still in here? Think I'm flexing? This is an old school Rolex from 1983, reference number 16013, with the two-tone gold and steel bracelet and the cream dial. I like to call it cream dial. I don't know what they call it. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is my first Rolex that I bought. Is that a flex if I say my first Rolex? That implies I have more Rolexes. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's an old one. I mean, a lot of people say this is say it on camera, but yeah, pretty much an old man's watch. Ooh, I don't know. I lost the stream for a second. Um, it really fluctuates, Ben. Honestly, uh, in case you didn't see what this is 18 karat gold. I don't know if you saw that. Um, but yeah, as far as watch prices, that's the thing now. I think the prices of watches are probably only going to go up, um, mostly due to their precious metal content. I don't think in the future they're really going to appreciate much anymore. Because in the early days of the pandemic, people had lost their jobs and they didn't have any money coming in. So there were actually a fire sale on luxury goods, and I bought a few Rolexes at fire sale prices. And then during the pandemic, because production was shut down, the price of these started going up dramatically. Now, in the past couple of years, the prices have gone down significantly again, because production started up again. So, the price of this compared to 5 years ago, it's pretty much the same. It it went down a lot, it went up a lot, and now it's pretty much down to where it was like 5 years ago. So the price for this really hasn't changed, compared to what it was 5 years ago, unfortunately. So yeah, they do. I guess they do to some extent hold their value. Certain luxury watches like Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, a lot of those high-end luxury watches have gone down significantly in value. They've gone up a little bit more recently, but they're still nowhere near the peaks that they were during COVID. So It's it's pretty much like playing the stock market with watches. Overall, yes, I think over time they do go up. They keep up with inflation for the most part. But personally, um, I don't think they're a good investment. And this is from someone who's been collecting watches for almost 15 years now. So, hey, what's going on, SBS? Good to see you. You doing a live show tonight or just ended? I'm addicted to constitutional silver. Got over 10,000 face. Nice. Fixing to trade some for gold. Yeah, you should, Ben. Get once that gold bug gets you, man, you should definitely get into gold, man. Diversify your assets. Get some platinum. Get some palladium. You know, starting at midnight. Oh, midnight your time. So yeah, that's in like an hour. Cool. West Coast. West Side. We lose the ability to create electricity. Yeah, watch would be gold. I found a 46. Oh yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah, I'm just chilling tonight. I'm just chilling. Actually, OC Stacker told me, he's like, yeah, you should do a live stream tonight. I'm sorry, guys. In case you guys don't know, I've been sick with COVID the past couple weeks. So if I have like some low energy tonight, you gotta forgive me. I'm not 100% well yet, and I'm also tired. It's like 2 in the morning here. Um, so yeah, I was just saying earlier, I started my new job on Monday, and I did some training, some live training, Monday and Tuesday, and I've just been doing this online training. I was supposed to do some traveling for the training, but I was able to get out of it. I did an online training instead. So I don't officially start my job until October. So I got a lot of downtime. And I'm actually going to be working for the client. I can't really disclose who the client is, but it is a bank that Silver Bar Stacker is quite familiar with. That's all I'm gonna say. Where is OC? Yeah, I don't know where OC is. um, it might be SBS. You might it is a Canadian bank, so that's all I'm gonna. I probably narrowed it down to like those three banks. Yeah, yeah. So you could probably figure it out if you do a little research, because you know what I do. Yeah, yeah. They actually sent me a laptop from that bank today in the mail, and the company I work for also gave me a laptop. So now I got to use two laptops at the same time. Sucks. I have not had a cold in 30 years. What's your secret, Nickel? You take some colloidal silver or something? What's your secret? How come you don't get sick? I'll pay you 15 times for any ballpoint pens you may come across. Ballpoint pens? Don't the nibs on some of those have like osmium or something? Is that why you want a ballpoint pen? Because of the osmium? the drinks the drinks hurt your immune system, man. They hurt my kidneys too. They hurt my kidneys. Mm. But it tastes so damn good. It makes me feel good though. That's why I'm always sick, because I drink too much. I don't know. Maybe you're onto something, SBS. That could be why. OCD too. What is that? Hey, what's going on, Avocado? Good to see you, man. You pick up anything new, Avocado? You got that Santa came early for you. You got that Santa round, I remember. Just call me Dr. SBS. Nice. Yeah, I gotta start working out again. Um, I might be able to get a free gym membership with my new job, so I gotta look into that. Definitely gotta start hitting the gym again. So I gained a shitload of weight since the pandemic. I had right before the pandemic, I had lost like 40 pounds, and then I just gained it all back and then some. So my fat ass gotta hit the gym. I like drinking, but drinking don't like me. Yeah, that's what it is, Echo. When you get older, I noticed as you get older, I'm not able to tolerate it as much as I used to be able to when I was in college. I'm not as young as I used to be. So yeah, yeah, avocado. I went back to work. They wanted me to do training. They wanted me to travel for training, but I was able to do it remotely. So here, check this out, guys. I'm not gonna. I probably shouldn't be even showing this online. I'm trying not to. Hopefully, no one could steal it. But um, you see that? Look at that. I got a corporate card, guys. So yeah, they actually gave me they actually gave me a little bonus, and I could actually use this corporate card for that little bonus. So among other expenses, business related expenses. Yeah, thank you, avocado. I appreciate that. So yeah, I pretty much I've had COVID the last couple of weeks. I'm not 100%, so just want to let you guys know who just came in. Um, but yeah, I started my new job this week. I did some live training. I'm just doing all this online training. So I'm gonna have some training for the next couple of weeks, but I'm not gonna actually start my job till October. So it should be interesting. I'm going to be in management, have my own team, so should be kind of cool. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, thanks, Aka. Yeah, American Express, everywhere you want to be. Yeah. Believe it or not, well, I'm not gonna mention that, but yeah. You haven't picked up any pieces yet. Waiting till next week to hit my LCS. I'm excited. There are gold express cards. I know, Nickel, but that's just a corporate card. It's just green, man. It's just I'm not I'm not Elon Musk, man. I don't have a black card. I'm not there yet. Yeah, my AOC is probably gonna call me a capitalistic pig or something if I show her that. So, Melbourne. Mm. Yeah, my friend got the gold Amex card. It took her like 17 years to get that thing, but yeah, she got it, and she has to pay like a fee, there's like an annual fee you got to pay for that. So, uh, but yeah, I have the corporate card, and they actually gave me a little spending money for that. Every year they give me a little spending money. No, I'm not that high up, Nickel. Um, but I've worked for a bank where they have sent during Hurricane Sandy. Basically, there was only one tunnel that was accessible to New Jersey, so people would go to their headquarters at 270 Park Avenue, and or they get their limo sent to their house to pick them up to go to work. I know people who have had that before. Honestly, it does happen. I mean, probably a little bit more prevalent in the 90s, but high up high up people, they actually do have limos for people like that. So yeah, that's not that uncommon actually. I don't really know too many people like that, but yeah, it's a thing, you know, it's a thing. Yeah, I've been enjoying, guys. If you haven't checked out Akadaka Stacker, check out his channel. He recently came back from the Philippines and from Thailand. He is in Perth, Australia, and he makes some really interesting content. He shows stuff that a lot of you probably don't see in the U.S. He picks up a lot of Australian bullion, so you guys can check out his channel. He's not afraid to speak his mind. So if you have little kids, I recommend you don't have them watching his videos sometimes. Now he's pretty cool most of the time. He's a great guy. Private jet secretary. Yup. Yeah, that was more. I think that was more in the '90s. Nickel. I don't. There's probably still people like that, you know, but they don't really provide those amenities too much unless you're probably up there, you know. So I'm not at that level yet. I'm, I guess you could say I'm in middle management. So yeah, we'll see what happens. This new gig that I'm on is probably gonna last a while, so can't wait. Ruse, kangaroos. That's the most common Perth mint coin, the kangaroo. There's a lot of other coins. There's the Royal Australian Mint as well. You know, you'd often don't see coins from the Royal Australian Mint. They're not as popular as the Perth Mint. I personally think the Perth Mint makes much better coins than the Royal Australian Mint, but you know, there's a lot of Royal Australian Mint coins that are pretty nice as well. Show that beautiful buffalo. I gotta get that out of storage. I don't got the buffalo anymore. Here, I got this. This one I keep by me. I love this coin. Oh my god. Yeah. 50 pesos. That is beautiful. Ooh, look at that. Have a new slabbed kangaroo. I think I actually saw it, Aka. I think I saw the new one. I think Seven Stacks actually got it right. I think he showed it off on his channel. I think I saw it. It will do. Yeah, it'll do. It'll do. You know, just 1.2 ounces of gold. It'll do. Love that. So what's everyone been buying lately? And gas. Transient. Yeah, Transient's been in here a while. A company provides me with a vehicle. That's awesome. Yeah, that's because it's for work. No, this company is awesome. Like, oh my god, I just don't want to tell you guys. I don't want to tell you the perks of this job. They're not that, you know, not that extravagant, but you know, really just really nice. They really like care about people, you know. This company is just so much different than most other companies I've worked for. So I'm really excited that I got this opportunity. I'm very fortunate and I'm very blessed. You know, I feel everything in life happens for a reason, and I'm just, you know, I'm very thankful to God for giving me this opportunity. So I'm just very fortunate, very fortunate. Thank you, avocado. Buying gold filled. What are you buying that's gold filled? I got some gold filled pocket watches. Got some gold filled pocket watches. Ooh, I don't want to show my face. Bank stock. Yeah, I got a 401k. I actually gotta set that up tomorrow. I haven't set up my 401k or my insurance yet, so I gotta do that tomorrow. Um, 6% matching, so that's really, I think that's pretty good. So yeah. 401k, for those of you who don't know what it is or who are not in the United States, it's basically a retirement account where you basically take a certain portion of your salary and invest it in either mutual funds or the stock market. I believe it could be either managed or unmanaged. I'm gonna actually have to call them up to see if I could possibly invest in some gold, maybe some gold ETFs or something. I don't know if I want to invest in paper gold. I'm not 100% sure if I want to do that, but I want to have some control over what I invest in. Yeah, 4% is, yeah, 4 or 5% is pretty good. The thing is, it's 6% matching, but it's only 50%. So, essentially, it's like 3%. So, yeah, they kind of get you there. They're like, I'm like, oh, that's 6%. Yeah, that's good. And then they're like 50% matching. I'm like, okay. Gold filled and rolled gold, $2 a gram. I didn't know it's going for that. Super annulation. Annulation. Okay, that's good to know, Aka. Yeah, I've had a retirement account before. I cashed it out. The last job I worked at wanted me to get it, but they were actually giving me like an extra. They were actually giving me like four hundred something dollars because they made a mistake or something. They were supposed to notify me about the account and they never did. So they sent me something to, if I had opened it up, I would have gotten the $400. But with this new job, I would have had to divest it anyway, and then I would have had to pay taxes on it. So, was it really worth? Was the juice really worth the squeeze? Was it really worth all that effort just to get a few $100? I'm like, no. So I basically passed up on that, because I would have had to divest it anyway. So, uh, yeah, paper gold is fine because you have a lot of physical gold. Yeah, that's true. I'm just a little worried about paper gold. Some of these ETFs. I don't know. I don't really understand them too well. I studied finance, and I'm not really. I know certain What do you call it? I'm just so tired. The word escapes me. Um, like straddle and strangle, and certain strategies related to trading, options trading, put calls and stuff like that. I actually did options are also kind of risky, but it's basically you only, at maximum, you only lose 10% of your investment. So it's not, I don't, to me, it's really not that risky. Options, you just have to really know what you're doing to make money. You can't just buy options not knowing um, the different strategies related to options trading. You really have to understand how the different strategies. It's like playing chess. It's a game of chess, basically. You have to be able to think certain things through before you make any moves. You really have to know what strategy to use in order to make money. So if you don't know what what you're doing with options, yeah, you could lose a lot of money if you invest a lot of money. 401ks are tax deferred, so until I take the money out, I don't pay taxes on it, Nickel. Yeah, He was never taxed for it. I don't know, Joe. There, I really don't know what to say about that. If his income wasn't that much money, then maybe that's why, if he wasn't getting any money in other than that and his 401k was below like $20,000, then yeah, technically you probably don't have to pay taxes on it. But in most cases, you do have to pay taxes. It's tax deferred. So, yeah. My aunt never cashed in her 401k, been retired for over 30 years. Wow. Yeah, you could lose money on your 401k. That's definitely this is why I don't invest in the stock market. I don't I don't have any assets currently in the stock market. I haven't bought any stocks in about 12 years. So, um yeah, I just don't invest in the stock market. I probably could have made a lot of money if I had, but I just you never know, you know. Never know. I know how to invest in the stock market too. It's just something I don't know. I guess I'm too risk averse to want to invest in the market, but I guess if people are giving me free money to invest in the market, I might as well do it, right? So 6% of my salary is not gonna hurt me, you know. So we'll see. See what happens. Yeah, I know normally, I mean, there could be some maintenance fees associated with 401ks as well. It really depends on your company and who the investment advisor is. But generally, I believe it's going to be. I gotta really look into it before I say anything. I shouldn't say anything before I really look into it. That's good. That's good, Nicole. That's awesome. Yeah, I was reading an article about this woman who was earning, I don't know, she wasn't earning that much money, maybe minimum wage or slightly over minimum wage for years, and she always put money in her 401k, and I think after 30 years of working, she became a millionaire. So just on like pretty much minimum wage or slightly over minimum wage, she just put in a little bit every whenever a paycheck, and yeah, it took her 30 years, but she became a millionaire, so she has a nice, comfortable retirement now. I guess whoever managed that did a pretty good job too. It's about what companies you invest you invest in as well. So you could do quite well on a 401k if you have the right manager who knows what they're doing. Yeah, I don't know. I had a 401k once. I haven't really qualified for it on most of my jobs have been consulting, and the last job was consulting, but I did qualify for it after a year. Surprisingly, I qualified right away for it on this job. So yeah, it's definitely something I'm gonna do, I think. I gotta start doing it now. I mean, I already have a ton of money put away in precious metals, which keeps up with inflation. So I'm probably ahead of already 98% of Americans as far as that. But yeah, that's pretty much my savings as precious metals. Company paid her to get lost 200 grand. She was in management. I think that's kind of what happened too with my aunt as well. They kind of gave her like a bonus just to get the hell out of there because my aunt is fucking crazy. So yeah, I don't think they paid her that much, but yeah. Annuities. It depends if it's a fixed annuity or a variable annuity, Joseph. There's different types of annuities. So A fixed annuity would be something like life insurance, and those are usually not taxed. Um, but variable annuities like stocks and bonds, uh, yeah, those are definitely taxed for the most part. It really depends. There's actually some municipal bonds you could buy that are not taxed, and some of them actually pay really high dividends too, high returns, I should say. Um, so you really got to look into it. There's a lot of municipal bonds that are actually tax free. The thing is, some of them could be highly risky, depending on where you live and how much you invest in. It might be kind of risky to invest in it, but a lot of people don't realize there's a lot of banks don't see. I don't understand why banks don't. A lot of banks don't want to invest in bonds today, because bonds are usually very safe, especially if they're government bonds. I think they're very safe. And sometimes certain municipal bonds pay very high rates of return. You could really, and some, like I said, sometimes they're tax free too. So um, there's really a lot of different types of investments, that a lot of people don't know about. There is retirement annuities. Yeah, like a 401k is a retirement annuity. I think she told me she had 50,000 shares of AT&T. Wow. My dad worked for AT&T at one time. I don't think he had that many. Ooh. Ooh, that's strong. What? Yeah, I could. I haven't really thought or talked much about finance in a while. I sold life insurance at one time. So I had my Series 6 and 63 licenses to sell um, life insurance and fixed annuities. So those were the good old days. If I had stocks, I would want dividends and splits. Yeah, who wouldn't, nickel? And that's the thing. If you're more risk averse and you're older, um, it's probably better to put in your money in the stock market in things that pay dividends, that are more stable. Usually utility companies are good. Some type of energy companies, um, certain, I guess, real estate development companies. There's all sorts of companies out there that pay good dividends. But I mean, if you're less risk averse, I mean, then you probably would want to invest in something more stable. Telecommunications, like I said, energy, stuff like that people need. Grocery stores. Something that's very stable. Um, Sometimes they pay high dividends. Sometimes they don't pay that high dividends, but they're very stable. It really depends on how aggressive you want to be when you invest. As you get older, you shouldn't be taking as much risk as opposed to when you're younger. You could afford to take more risk. You worked for Patrick Davis Insurance? Nope, I did not. I never even heard of Patrick David. I don't know who the hell that is. Would you rather talk politics? No. Hell no. Gold IRA. There are gold IRAs. The thing is, with gold IRAs, you cannot touch your precious metals. They have to be held in storage until you retire. So if you purchase precious, you could actually purchase precious metals and have them be stored for you. There are gold IRAs that do that. I actually know someone who has that. He hasn't. I think he's already retired, but he's not pulling it out yet. So yeah, when he retires, he's gonna be getting all that gold. I guess he would sell it. I mean, I don't know how that works exactly, to be honest, but I know that you're not allowed to hold it physically. You have to have it stored for you if you do the gold IRA. Hey, good day, Peter. Glad you can make it. I should have let you know I was gonna be live, but OC kind of coaxed me into doing a live stream, and he never showed up tonight. So go figure. He has a huge channel on here. Get with it, STG. Okay, I don't know. I'm not in the insurance business, Nickel. I don't watch a channel on insurance. I just watch precious metals mostly. So I'm not into insurance. So I don't know about Patrick David. So I gotta check his channel out. Blue chip stocks. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can invest in, Nickel, not just blue chip. You gotta diversify your assets so you can get rid of the systematic risk. Diversification is the way to get rid of systematic risk, okay? Now, unsystematic risk is a little bit harder to get rid of. I could school you in economics, Nickel, if you want me to, but I'm not going to at 2:30 in the morning. You know, a seven, I'm guessing, foot plus dude that bought gold, a lot of gold, and sold when gold hit all-time high years ago, retired and bought an island. 7 foot tall plus dude. You talking about Larry Bird? You're talking about your fellow Hoosier? I picked up a nice. I'm glad, Peter. You see, I told you Bullion now has pens. Michael said to ask for the pen. I told you they had it, didn't I? he wouldn't steer you wrong. Yeah, I was just saying that I've been sick for the past 2.5 weeks or so, and I'm not 100%. My energy might be a little low tonight. Um, yeah, I was just saying you might want to replay the video from the beginning. I just was talking about my training. I did a little training for my new job, and I'm not going to officially start my work until October, unfortunately. So I haven't seen one of those pens, avocado. They show them in a video. I don't know. He just kept talking about these pens. He's like, yeah, ask for a pen. We have pens. This guy was not an athlete, but had to duck coming in his house. Damn, 7 feet. Yeah, that's really tall. That's taller than a lot of basketball players. Most basketball players, even. I think Larry Bird was only like 6'4" or something. I mean, it was tall, but not like crazy tall. They have gold in them. What has gold? Oh, the pens? Really? That sounds cool. I definitely got it. I hope you're able to send me one, Peter. If not, it's okay. But I gotta definitely see what these pens look like now. Nice. Mm. Yeah, let me know, avocado. If Peter's able to send me a couple, I could send you one if you want. You can send you my stickers as well. But yeah, that sounds cool. I didn't know that Bird was 6'8". Okay, my bad, 6'9", my bad. Okay, so he was almost 7 feet. Okay. It's taller than I thought. You know, that's pretty tall. That's pretty tall. I'm down. I'll definitely take your sticker. Yeah, let me know. Let me know. I picked up a new coffee cup all the way from New York City. You did? I didn't send you any coffee cup. I'll have to see what you're talking about. Yeah. I know I said that, Nickel. I know he's from that's why I said it. He's from Indiana. I know. Didn't he was the coach for the Pacers, right? Gotta bail, guys. Take care, everyone. Take care, Aka. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I forgot you were still in here. I wouldn't have been talking about finance. All right, take care. I bought it for $1. I couldn't pass it up. I'm guessing it's some New York themed coffee cup or something. What does it have, like an apple on it? And it says NYC or something. Yeah. Oh, it's almost 2:30. I mean, I have a meeting tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Um, but for the next 5 weeks, I'm pretty much working whenever I want. I just got to do some training. I'm gonna try to finish it up tomorrow. Probably Monday is a holiday here, so maybe by Tuesday I'll be done. French Lick, Indiana. Yeah, that's where he was born, right? I'll send you a picture. Okay, cool, Peter. Thanks. Hoosier, you're from Indiana. You talk like this in Indiana. Hoosier. I had a I had a professor in college. She was from Indiana. Really very smart woman. Very talented person. It was a communications class I took, actually. It was a graduate level class I took. Yeah, he coached the Pacers and general manager. Cool. You work Monday. Oh man, that sucks, avocado. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I've worked through holidays before as a consultant, so I know how it is. meeting Meeting with AOC. Mm. Indiana, Gary, Indiana. that's where your that's where your boy Pete Buttigieg is from, right? Yeah, Pete Buttigieg, right? He's pretty smart, right, Nicole? Transportation Secretary, right? mm. Anywho, I don't want to get into politics. So, Peter, I'm curious, what did you pick up at Boeing now? Is there a new store in Pecking? I can't even say it. Peckingham? Is that how you say it? Or is it opened yet to the general public? Or it's still like a soft opening there? I saw, got in case you guys don't know, Boeing Now is a bullion dealer in Australia. So we in the U.S. are, I would say, very spoiled when it comes to bullion. It's really hard for these dealers in Australia because, as I was mentioning before, they pay what they call a GST to import precious metals into Australia, and the metals that they do import have to be For gold, I know it has to be at least 3 nines fine. And for silver, I think it's like 0.995 fine. Um, so if it's below pretty much 3 nines fine, then they incur an import duty. Um, so you won't see a lot of as much diversity as far as silver in Australia. Most of what the Perth Mint produces, I think Peter had mentioned something around 80% of what they produce actually goes to the US and Germany. And all Perth Mint products in the US actually originate from New York. They actually come here in New York. I think Bullion Exchanges is a one of the probably one of the top importers of Perth Mint products. I would say they always have Perth Mint products in their display in their window year round, especially when the new releases come in. So I would say they're probably one. I would say they're probably, if not the top importer of Perth Mint products, they're definitely one of the top three um, in the U.S. because all Perth Mint products come to New York first. So any Perth Mint coin that you have, probably in the last like 10 years, has probably gone through New York first when it comes to the U.S. So basically, Bullion Now, I was mentioning, is a dealer in Australia, and there are some bullion produced locally, local aside from the Perth Mint and the Royal Australian Mint. There are some smaller mints that produce bullion in Australia, but they just don't have the diversity that we have in the U.S. So, if you check out Bullion Now's website, I think as far as gold coins, I mean, they have a fair amount of gold coins. I think they had about 30 different coins on their site. But, you compare it to something like APMEX or SD Bullion or, one of the large bullion dealers here in the US, and, there's just no comparison as to, the diversity of products being offered. So I kind of feel really bad, people in Australia, they don't have that option to get a lot of what we get here in the U.S. It's very hard to get it, especially if it's below 3 nines fine. So, hey, what's going on, Mo Silver? Yes, I am still up. I'm going on almost 2 hours. I think I'm gonna call it quits in about 15 minutes. I just want to do about 2 hours. So yeah, I've been streaming about 2 hours. I like Perth, don't get me wrong, but I do agree with Aka, the stupid policies that are in Australia. Yeah, he said one time the country is ran by idiots. Yeah, yeah, he has his own hangups, Aka. But yeah, thank you, Peter. Yeah, I've I've done just I've heard drips and drabs about GST and import duties from Michael mostly. So um, I really feel I really feel bad for you guys. You're not able to get the diversity that we are kind of spoiled with here in the U.S. So yeah, I love the Perth Mint. I I think I honest I love the Perth Mint more than I love the U.S. Mint because if you see the type of stuff that comes out of the Perth Mint compared to what the U.S. Mint releases every year, there's just no comparison. They're literally light years ahead. The U.S. Mint, their biggest innovation is Privy Marks. that's that's the U.S. Mint's biggest innovation this year is Privy Marks. They started. I think the first Privy Mark they did was the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II. I think that might have been their first Privy Mark, and they've just gone crazy in the past roughly year or so with the Privy Marks, the Star Privy Mark, the Eagle Privy Mark. Now they have the military, the Army, the Navy, the Marine Privy Marks. They have the laser etch Privy Mark. I mean, they're just going crazy with these privy marks now. That's their biggest innovation. Um, Meanwhile, I have a 1993 Perth Mint. This was being exported to the U.S. market. This is a first year kookaburra with an American Eagle Privy Mark in 1993, no less. 1993. So what is that? Over 30 years ago, they had a Privy Mark on coins in Australia, and we are just now coming out with coins with Privy Marks. What does that say about our innovation for coins in this country? I just can't stand the Perth Mint, guys. I am not a fan of the Perth Mint. I'm sorry, I can't stand the U.S. Mint. I'm not a fan of the U.S. Mint at all. I stopped buying coins from them. Um, I know there's money to be made for these coins. You guys can purchase one of the Privy Mark coins for whatever, $110 with shipping, and then resell it for maybe almost $200. But I just don't want to do that. I just don't care anymore about the U.S. Mint. I'm done with them. Once they decided to jack up the price of the Morgan and Peace dollars, which are designs that are over 100 years old, well, yeah, over 100 years old, uh, the Morgan dollar being from 1878. um, I just can't support the U.S. Mint anymore, guys. I'm sorry. I had been buying from the Royal Canadian Mint about about 10 about no 12, 15 years ago. I started buying a lot of stuff from the Canadian Mint, the Royal Canadian Mint, because I think they really innovated a lot of the technology as far as putting colors on coins. Them and the Perth Mint really do an amazing job with a lot of their colorized coins. I don't like certain colorized coins in general, but I think especially the Royal Canadian Mint, they do it very tastefully, and it looks really good. Let's see. Yeah, that's our security feature, the missing read. Whereas you look at a Britannia, for instance, and you see multiple authentication factors on that, including the trident on the holographic trident, is just one of maybe four or five security features that they have on there. So yeah, the Superman medal, yeah, that's definitely a joke. They did come out with that sunflower coin recently, the gold one, the sunflower with the eagle. I think that's actually pretty nice. Um, is it my favorite design? No. And honestly, I think these coins are not going to be that collectible over time. If history is an indicator of the future, um, look at all the U.S. commemorative coins that have come out, the gold coins. You could walk into pretty much any bullion dealer in the U.S. and get those gold coins at either melt or below melt. So I think if you're gonna buy something like that, now's the time to buy it and to flip it, because I think it's only gonna go down in value over time. Aside from the spot price, I think, relatively speaking, it's gonna be worth less over time. So that's just my opinion, but I think, like I said, the past is a good indicator of the future. So I don't think these coins are going to be collectible in the future. I just don't. I'm buying the Batman silver piece though. That's actually, I think it's from, where's it? Oh, the U.S. Mint is coming out with a Batman piece, because I know they have the Batman, the little bat symbol. I think, where's that from? Tuvalu or something. So that's actually kind of cool. That's actually Pretty cool. I have mint silver coins and no one wants them. Exactly, Nickel. Nobody wants them. Nobody wants proof coins from the US Mint, you know, uncirculate. No one wants them. Even what's his name? The guy in New Hampshire, what's his name? Tim. He was selling all those the state quarter series, the early ones. He was selling those at spot. Even nobody wants them. That's why. Oh, okay. I didn't know they're coming out. I mean, I know they came out with a Superman metal, but I didn't know they're coming out with a Batman piece now. So they're just doing it all for money. This stupid mint director, I think this woman is so stupid. They're just turning it into a business now. I mean, years ago you used to be able to get a proof set for very reasonably priced, not that much over. I mean, yeah, it was over spot, but like it was very affordable. When my dad has tons of proof sets, and like he stopped in the 80s, but they started making things a lot more expensive the past, like, I'd say 15 years or so. I was talking to a guy who used to buy all these burnished eagles and stuff, silver American silver eagles, and he said they really didn't have much of a premium over spot. He would say maybe they'd be like $5 or $10 over spot. He's like, I used to buy these on the secondary market for maybe like $5 over spot. Granted, spot price was much lower back then. Maybe it was like 12, $13 an ounce. But he's telling me, he's like, I would pay like maybe a few dollars, not more than $4 or $5 over spot for a lot of these coins. And I don't know how much they were when they were released by the U.S. Mint. They probably were more money, but probably not much more. And they've just gotten, you're charging $110 for an American Silver Eagle. Like, come on, man. That's like almost 2.5 times the price of spot. It's just so unaffordable for the average person to buy something like that. I would never buy anything from the U.S. Mint, Joseph. I would never buy anything from them again. I would never. I'm not buying from the U.S. Mint. I'm done. That's it. The only thing I'm buying from the U.S. Mint are Buffaloes. That's probably the only thing. Buffaloes and AGEs. That's about it. I'm not buying anything else. That's it. I'm done with the U.S. Mint. U.S. Mint coins at auctions way under spot. Yeah, nobody wants them, Nickel. No, like you said, you can't get rid of them. Nobody wants them. I'm telling you, my this was like 3 or 4 years ago. Okay, my guy was offering me, um, I think it was like the 1988 Olympics commemorative. The gold, it was like a gold coin and a silver coin or something. He's offering it to me below spot. He's like, I can't. He's like, I can't sell these. He's like, I'm just gonna send these to the refiner. And that's what a lot of dealers do when they get that stuff. They just end up scrapping it because nobody wants them. Also, constitutional silver you're buying. I don't. You see, I don't really focus on constitutional silver that much, Joseph. The only constitutional silver that I have been buying has been, barber quarters and barber halves, because those are starting to really become very scarce. And I don't know how accurate it I don't know how accurate it is, but if you go on PCGS's website and you look at their estimated survivals, you know, there might have been 1.2 million, let's say, a barber quarter produced, and they're saying their survival estimate is only 3,000. So they're starting to get very hard to get. So that's pretty much the only constitutional silver that I personally like to add to my stack, because I think right now those coins are still relatively affordable, but I think as time progresses, those coins are gonna go up significantly in value because there are so few survivals, and every day a lot of these coins are melted down. They go to the melters, so you're gonna have even less of something that's already quite scarce, and people, they're not they don't realize how scarce a lot of the barber stuff is now. um, you don't often find it in great condition. It might not be above a VG10, but nonetheless, if there's so few of them left, even in that condition, the price could go up significantly. So that's just what I like to stack. I think they're really good, the barber stuff. I won 1983 Olympic mint coins. Silver dimes are great. Yeah, I like Mercury dimes as well. I've sold them though, most of my Mercury dimes. What is that? Still can't believe that the Harry's Coin Shop sends Perth mint gold to the refinery for melting because no one will buy it. Yeah, that guy Harry. At first, I was a fan of them, but they actually stole my idea. I came I came I came up with using a watch case opener to open up capsules, and they actually stole this idea. If you go to their channel, I forgot what they call it. Um, but yeah, hey, what's going on, Becky? Wow, I'm surprised you're up this late. Good to see you. Um, but yeah, they actually named it after one of their employees. So I'm kind of pissed off that they stole this idea from me, and they're making money. They're charging guys. They're charging like $10 for one of these. Okay, I got this on eBay for like $1.50 each. Okay, so they're definitely ripping people off, Harry's Coin Shop, if you buy this from them. Okay, you could go on. Yeah, the Adrian, exactly. That's after one of their employees. His name is Adrian, and the guy stole the idea from me because this is a watch case opener. Okay, and I showed this on my channel when I cracked out um, the NGC, a coin from an NGC holder, and I showed this to open capsules with. Okay, so they stole that idea from me because I'm into watches. They're not into watches. They didn't even know what the hell this was probably until I showed it on my channel. So I'm not happy with Harry's Coins for taking that and selling this for $10 to people when you could get this for $1.50 on eBay. Okay, that's taking advantage of people. So I really don't like that. I don't watch Silver Dragons. I maybe saw one or two of his videos ever. Yo, Adrian. Yeah, exactly, from Rocky. Yeah, it ticks me off. I get it. They're a business. They got to make money. Okay, but you know, you're basically making like a 900% profit. That's not cool, dude. You know, that's really not cool. I'm not cool with that. I basically have like 20 of these left. I should start giving it out to more people for free, because I just basically gave these out to a few people already. I gave two out to some people too. So it just ticked me off, that they did that. I'm all for spreading ideas. Hey, if they wanna do that, they wanna spread ideas about opening up capsules with that. That's all well and good, but don't charge people almost like 9 or 10 times what you pay for it. I'm not cool with that. Yeah, I don't really subscribe to too many like huge YouTubers. I don't know, like um I I hate to say it. I don't want to I don't want to say it. But anyways, yeah, I don't really watch Silver Dragons. He's another profiteer. You know, the silverbacks. You go on AppMex and look how much, is it AppMex or SD Bullion? One of those sites. Go look to see how much a graded silverback is selling for. Go look and see how much it is. You know, that guy's that. You know, I I don't. People want to make money. Fine. People like Tim, the guy from Tim. He wants to do his thing, make money. I'm cool with that. I get he has a sponsorship with SD Bullion and other people, and that I'm cool with that. That's all well and good. But if you're gonna start coming out with products, like a silverback and shit, and charge people hundreds of dollars, I'm not on board with that. I'm not for that. I'm sorry. Exactly, Nickel. Exactly. You hit the nail on the head, because I've seen what money does to people. I've seen people who have come from nothing and become very wealthy, and I've seen how it's changed them. Um, yes, I like to stack gold, but me as a person, I try to remain very humble, in general. I'll go to the Dollar Tree. I'll buy stuff at Dollar Tree. I'll go to Aldi. I'm not just because I have the money, doesn't mean, I like to be flashy and show it off. I just don't. Especially if you're a content creator, I just have a problem with you taking advantage of your subscribers. I just don't like that, coming out with products like Silverbacks and Adrian Tool, and then charging exorbitant amounts for it. I just don't like that. I get you're trying to make money, but you know, um, there's more honest ways of making money than doing stuff like that, than charging someone $200 for a silverback. Something that probably cost you um, maybe $5 to make, and then maybe 15 or $20 to have it graded. So I'm not cool with that. Dragons gave Ian hell for getting 14% profit margins, yet Dragons got 40% on his pours, and no telling how much for silverbacks. Exactly. They're hypocrites, Nickel. They're hypocrites. They say, you know, 14%. To me, that's okay. That's reasonable. 14% profit. Okay. If you're a bullion dealer, most of the time, if you're selling something like this, you're not getting more than like 3% profit margin on it. Okay. There's no money to be made in selling gold. You have to sell a ton of precious metals. You have to do very high turnover in order to make money. A lot of bullion dealers don't even care that this is vintage. They'll charge maybe $3 or $4 over spot. So, they're making maybe 10% on something like this. So I think that's a fair profit margin to make, 10-15%. I think that's pretty fair. They have to do a high margin. They're not making much money. If they're selling something like this for $44, they're making a $5 or $6 profit. They have to sell how many? If they sell 100 of these, then they're making $500. So I think that's fair for the amount of effort they have to put into it, for the amount of work. It's fair to me. But someone someone selling something for 900 times what they pay for it, that's not cool with me. So that's just my opinion. Yeah, and now look what happened to him, avocado. I know Joseph used to follow him a lot too. Exactly, Nicole. Exactly. Why do you think here in the US you go to an LCS and you see a guy in his like 60s, 70s or 80s? Why do you think that's the case? Young people don't want to get into um, bullion because there's no money to be made. You know, you have to be, maybe if you're in a large, highly densely populated area, even like New York City, like the Diamond District, or in Chicago, or Los Angeles, maybe you have a shot because of the high volume you could probably get. But if you're in some little hick town in bumfuck USA with a population of 15, 20,000, you know, how many people stack in this country? You got to figure, let's say 20,000 and 5%, you know, that's only 1,000 people in your town. And at any given time, they're not going to be buying every single day something. So, you know, it's not easy to move stuff in a smaller community when you're only getting, like Nichols said, 1 to 3% profit margin. There's just no money to be made, essentially. Monkey shoulder Scotch whiskey. Yeah, I got a little bit of Oban left here. Effort and risk of changes. Exactly. That too, MO Silver. Exactly. If the price goes down, which does happen, they could lose a lot of money as well. It's a very risky business. 50% of Tim's business used to be postage stamps. Yeah. Yeah, he because it's coin and stamps, his shop. Yeah, it's stamps. No, hardly anybody does stamp collecting anymore, which is a shame. I think it kind of went up a little bit, but I mean during the COVID, but yeah, not that many people collect stamps anymore, unfortunately. Yeah, coin shops pay rent, utilities, and taxes. Exactly. There's a ton of variable cost when it comes to being a bullion dealer or a coin dealer. There's like Mo Silver said, the change in spot price. There's, like you said, utilities. There's all sorts of costs that occur that it's really hard to determine what you're going to make on something. And in the end, you're only getting a few percent profit margin on what you sell. So yeah, you don't really see too many young LCS dealers. At least by me. I don't know if that's the case anywhere else. There's probably some out there. I know there's some channels too that are, relatively younger, in their 40s and 50s. I've seen them. But yeah, there's not too many. There's not too many in general by me. A lot of them closed up over the past 20, 30 years. People say they love the history of coins. There's a lot of history in stamps too. Yeah, absolutely. My dad actually left me a stamp collection. He has a lot of early U.S. stamps from the 17 and 1800s, and I haven't really looked into them as much as I looked into the coins, and I was never really as interested in them either. He never really liked to show it too much either for some reason. That's why I guess it never really rubbed off on me. But some of the artwork on some of these stamps are really beautiful. Like if you look at them, they're really nice. I mean, a lot of them I see a lot of dead presidents on, some of them. But some of them have some really nice artwork. And stamps back a long time ago, back then, they might have been used for years at a time. Like, how we come out with stamps like every, few months there's like there's new stamps being issued. Back in the 1800s, you could have a stamp that they might have sold in a post office for like almost 10 years, the same design. So, yeah. Yeah, inverted Jenny, spinning Jenny. Nickel, no, he does not have one. Believe me, I know what that is. No. Mauritius blue penny stamp. Man, I should show some. I should show some. People really don't show stamps on their channels. Like I know Sentu Georgie. I think he's one of the only people in this community who have shown stamps on his channel. I haven't really seen anyone else in the community show stamps on their channel. It'd be really interesting to see some, especially from around the world. Hmm. Yeah, it's getting quite late here. I do have training at 1 o'clock tomorrow, so I'm gonna be getting up a little late tomorrow. But I think I'm gonna have to call it quits, guys. I really appreciate everyone who came in tonight, who are still here. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm not 100%. I'm recovering from COVID, in case you guys don't know. So I hope to do more live streams in the near future. I'm going to have some downtime until I officially start work in early October. So that's pretty much it for now. Thank you all so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and as